Live from the Average Joe Nation studios in St. Clair, Missouri. This is the Average Joe Podcast, a show that proves that in this crazy world, a combination of common sense and a C-plus average is actually a superpower. Sure, he's crazy, but what if he's right? Please welcome your host, Damon Gilbert.
All right, I had time for another one today. I've got a little time on my hands. We got an ice storm going here in the Midwest. It's a mess. Whole town shut down. Of course, it doesn't take much to shut down a Midwest town when it comes to the snow, but nonetheless, I went up and tried to go to the store. Nobody's there. Place is closed, and the whole town looks like a ghost town. So I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and make another video or another audio podcast. I've got some stuff to say about this Freedom Convoy that's, I guess, left yesterday from California and is headed towards D.C. Now, from what I understand, they're planning on having thousands of trucks show up, hopefully, in their for their support. I understand that. I guess they're going to pick up convoys as they move along, and it's going to show a solidarity with the entire country, and they're going to descend on D.C. hopefully, from the way I understand it, the night or the day of the State of the Union address. Now, I fully support these people. I fully supported the Canadian convoy as well. I think these are brave people, brave men and women who are sacrificing weeks out of their schedules. Obviously, they're taking a financial hit over this, and I tip my hat to them. I couldn't be more proud of being a part of that industry. I spent over 40 years in. I commend you people totally. I think it's wonderful what you're doing. Now, having said that, I also want to make it clear that I really think your safety is the key issue here. Okay? If you know any of these people, and I've seen several other things on Facebook, if they haven't been taken down already, if you can get a message to these people, these wonderful patriots, I would say please do, and tell them to not do this. Do not go to D.C. They're waiting for you. They're going to January 6th you is what they're going to do. They're going to use this. They're going, for propaganda's sake, they're going to have provocateurs who may join up with your convoy, who knows, in Colorado, and follow you out there. They're paid guns. They're going to cause trouble. They're going to have swastikas they'll bring out swastikas, flags, you name it, just so the media can show nothing but that. Okay, provocateurs. They're going to cause violence. They're going to vandalize. They've already been paid to do this. I guarantee it. That somewhere along the line, you're going to have some bad apples find their way into your convoy, okay? And I don't want to see that. I know that most truckers are some of the most peaceful people you'd want to ever run into, some of the friendliest, kind-hearted, hardworking people on the planet. But I'm telling you, if you go in there, and I can't stress this enough, they are ready for you. They've got 700 National Guard troops on standby. And my guess is they're probably not National Guard. They're probably UN soldiers, just like they used up in Canada. These guys are trained to hurt. They really are. And I don't want to see anybody get injured. I really don't. My advice to you is to either, at the last minute, choose another town or another city to go to. Catch them off guard. Maybe you could go to Philadelphia, New York, I don't know, somewhere other than D.C. Because I can tell you right now, they're gunning for you. They're going to grind you into dust. You are going to have your lives upended. Your financial stability is going to be crushed, and they're probably going to put you in jail just to make examples out of you. I can't stress this enough. You need to really rethink this. These people are ruthless, okay? And they're being backed into a corner, and they're not going to take this lightly. They're gunning for you. That's what they did on January 6th. They couldn't wait until this happened. They let these people into the Capitol. They did. They opened the door, said, here, come on in. At first, I thought it was just to get a photo op. But no. They took hostages. They did. Those people are still sitting in jail right now over this, over misdemeanor charges. Okay? One of the governors up in Canada, he shut down 39 trucking companies over this. Now, how you can do that, I don't know. Their system's a little bit different than ours. But nonetheless, who would have thought that people who simply trespassed, okay, are still sitting in jail over a year later, and sometimes in solitary confinement? Do you want to do that? Because, and I mean, I tip my hat to the bravery that you people are showing, but I don't know if it's so brave for you to walk into a buzzsaw. That's just not smart. You need to rethink this. The truck drivers of the country need to get together, have some kind of system where you can talk to everyone. And I mean, this includes the big LTL freight companies, FedEx, Yellow, Convoy, all those huge companies. See if you can't take a week off. You want to affect this country? Stop delivering things. See how many people you can get on board. What are they going to do? Fire you? Most of these people are independently owned. They're independents. But even for the people who work, for other companies, what are they going to do? Fire you? They can't find drivers now. You think they're going to fire you? No, they're going to take the hit. And it's going to send a message to America that we, as truck drivers, we hold the key to your lives. I saw a meme the other day. It had AOC standing there saying, I don't worry about the truckers. I get all my groceries from the store. Yeah, no shit. That's exactly right. She gets it. That's the kind of mentality you're dealing with here. And these people are ruthless. Okay? They don't mess around. So that's what don't deliver fuel. Don't deliver groceries. Don't deliver medical. Go down the list. Everything you get in life has been on a truck at one point or another. That's why this new Green Deal is a waste of time. Okay? And you can prove it. Everything operates with fuel. It does. Even green economies, even the part of the green economy that they love to spout off about. What do you think these windmills just magically appear out in the middle of a field? No. You have to have concrete trucked in. You have to have all the materials trucked in. It goes on and on and on, and it all uses petroleum. Okay. So my point is here, at the end of the day, what I'm really stressing is I want you people to be careful. Be careful about this. They're gunning for you. They know you're coming, and they're preparing for it. And if you think there are people in D.C. that are evil enough to pull this off and make it look like you started something and condemn you for it and get the entire nation, on their side, you're crazy. Of course they do. Of course they will. They will do it and not even bat an eye. Okay? So, my advice to anyone out there that's listening, or anyone you know, is just shut the country down for a week. Shut it down for a week. Don't deliver any groceries to Manhattan. See what happens. Don't bring any kind of fuel into D.C. for a week. See what happens. Okay? Don't deliver any kind of, medical, I can see you don't want people dying over that. That could be an issue. So maybe you should deliver medicines and stuff. But anything else? How about the truck drivers who take acts to where they're going? Like rock and roll concerts and stuff. Stop that. Make them delay them. That's the way to attack this. Do it nationwide. You go waltzing into D.C. with 1,000 trucks, they're going to take you out. They really are. They killed an unarmed woman in D.C. on January 6th. Unarmed white woman, weighed what, $110? They killed her and they let the cop off. You think they're not going to do the same thing to you? They're gonna hunt you down. You think you're gonna waltz in there and stay there for 3 weeks like they did in Ottawa? Not a chance. No. They'll pull out some Emergencies Act nonsense that they may have made up. Who knows? Who knows what's there? He could declare martial law in D.C. The mayor could. Okay, and that mayor in D.C. is an idiot. So I'm telling you, he doesn't have a clue what's going on. This is going to be orchestrated by the federal government, no doubt about it. And posse comitatus, you can put that aside. They're going to bring in troops to deal with you guys. So my advice is one of two things: divert and go to a different city without really announcing it. Just show up there, shut it down. Okay, if they're unprepared, New York City would be a perfect place to go. It really would. And put a time limit on it. Say we're going to stay for 3 days. Whatever. Don't say you're staying forever. Just show them you can do this. Have an end game and plan. Have an end game on what you're going to do, and try to fulfill that. It'll take them a couple of days just to get organized if you show up out of the clear blue. Or number 2 would be to organize a national boycott and get as many truck drivers on as you possibly can to just shut this country down for a week. Just as a shot across the bow, so to speak. You could do that. They can't control the entire country. And of course, there'll be drivers that won't jump on board, and that's fine. But if you imagine if you stopped or delayed 50% of the goods and services around this country for a week. Imagine what would happen to this country. They would go nuts. Yeah, that's what I suggest, because otherwise you're walking into a buzzsaw, and I don't want to see anybody hurt. I really don't. That's what's going to happen. So, anyway, that's about all I got on this particular subject. I was watching this today and seeing some of the interviews with these truck drivers, and they all seem like very nice people. And I just don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's the bottom line here. All right, and I think Joe Biden just got off I don't know. I guess he got up from his nap and gave a speech on the current situation in Ukraine. I'm sure it's going to be just littered with intelligent observations, and he's going to make us all feel much better about this confrontation with Russia. I'm sure he will. Yeah, like Trump said, he's probably going to go back to sleep right after that. Yeah. Sometimes I think he's sleeping through it when he is talking. So anyway, that's all I got today. I believe I'm done for the day, but I had to get this one out there because they are on their way and I want them to be safe. Okay? And remember, again, it's February 24th and Joe Biden's still the worst president in American history. Let's go, Brandon.
As always, thanks for listening to the Average Joe Podcast. Be sure to check out our website at www.averagejoenation.media and follow us on social media. Remember, if you haven't told all your friends, you're wrong.